Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do some maintenance on the Land Cruiser since the Rausch Creek off-road video. If you have not seen the last video, please go back and watch that one. That was a Krawlin for Cops 2019 upload, and then you'll see what happened to the Land Cruiser based on that video. So that's pretty much part one. This is going to be part two of going over things that kind of went wrong, and I didn't really destroy. It was just basic things that usually happen when you go off-road. So we're pretty much going to go into detail about some mods I actually did. I didn't show it to you guys in the last video, even though I said I was going to, so I apologize. So let's get right into the video and start working on this baby. Well, the one thing I didn't show you guys last time was these rock sliders. So these were made by Mikey. He made my roll cage, the exhaust for the Land Cruiser, the exhaust for the GTR, etc., etc. Mikey does a great job. So he made these rock sliders for the Land Cruiser, and they came out really well. I actually used these bad boys the first drop at Rausch Creek, so that was very helpful in having them there instead of destroying my rockers. He saved it. Here we have the passenger side rear fender that was cracked in the midst of doing all of the Rausch Creek fun on Saturday. So it appears that when the tire gets stuffed in the wheel well here, like I said, this is the rear passenger side, this would be the rear driver's side in the US model, it is grabbing the flare and pulling it out. So it looks like this was getting taken out a few times, and it said it had enough and ended up cracking the outside here. It also pulled the mud flap rear as well. It doesn't seem that it is doing it anywhere else. Mikey actually trimmed the inside of these flares, and somehow it still did it. I just think the offset on these wheels are too low, which is causing the pulling of the flare and causing this crack here. So what we're probably going to do is take these flares off and see what kind of damage is underneath this flare. Maybe it's repairable, or maybe I'll fix it and put it back on the car, but I kind of am curious to see what the Land Cruiser will look like without flares. Alright, so let's try this. Looks like there's a few clips here. Yep. Actually, I need to get my upholstery tools so I don't end up. Bro, you see there? Look at that. I'm gonna have to end up taking out all this because there's a couple of clips and a couple of screws in here, and I don't want to obviously pull on this plastic piece here and end up breaking the clips. So I'll be right back. Take this screw out of here. That's exceptionally long. Place that right on the side. It's usually just a lot of clips, honestly. This thing should come off relatively easy. That's what's nice about this. And honestly, if you break the clips, they're not that expensive from the dealership, so you can go pick up as many as you need for little to no cost. We have one more screw up here. Take that off, put it right here on top of the sub box, and I believe the panel will come off. There we go, look at that, nice and easy. So we'll place that to the side, and I'll show you guys what is in here now. So we got to get this plastic piece off here, and then I think you can see the flare bolts right there. I believe this is a 10mm. Yep, look at that. The one everyone always loses. So we'll take this plastic piece off here. Why are all these Toyota bolts really long? I don't know, but it's not that long, but I thought it was. Got one more up here. The rest, nope, there's one more. I just love it. This is a it's gonna be 28 years old soon. And all the bolts break loose without any issue. I love it. All right, so this piece is out. And show you guys the bolts I was talking about. You got one right here. And I gotta find, oh, there's one right back there. One thing I like to do is obviously label all your bolts because you're gonna start laying stuff like I did on top of the sub box. And before I went any further, I wanted to get some Ziploc bags and label it to make sure I don't lose the bolts for any part of this Land Cruiser. So this is one thing, if you do not do, I recommend you doing it because it makes life a lot easier when you go put things back together. Now we're on the outside of the flare. So we got the broken flare here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts here, and there's an 8mm on the backside right here, but that's already broken off from off-roading, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's get these bolts off real quick and continue with the next step. We got all the bolts taken off, and pretty much, there you go, comes right off. Honestly, they were hand tightened. I guess just the pressure from the wheel flexing in the wheel well, it caused it to all come out. So we got some dirt and mud bits in here from off-roading, so I'm going to empty this out and we'll continue with our procedure. I believe the flare should come off because there's no bolts here. There's bolts on the side for the ones on the door, which we're going to do next. I think this should just honestly come right off. I don't see, oh wait, nope, I gotta actually pull the bumper and take this bolt off. Alright, I gotta do that first. I'll be back. I got that inside bolt off. So look at this. So pretty much from the tire stuffing, it actually cracked this piece here, which shot the bolt out for the mud flap, which is not there anymore now. I gotta pull this down, and if you can see right in there, there is like a clip, I believe. I can't really tell 100%. Holding this camera and like doing this at the same time is a little hard, but there's a little clip like right where my finger's at. I'm gonna try to take that out, and then I think the flare should just come out then. I'll give you a little bit of an update here and why it's taking me a little bit. So this right here is supposed to be a 10mm nut, but there's no nut here, so I'm not sure if it's sheared off or what, but I cannot get it off. I'm using plastic upholstery tools, even a metal one, to try to pry it out, but I'm not trying to break this clip that holds the flare in, because then I can't put it back on. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do here and get back to you guys, because I honestly don't, like I said, I don't want to break this clip here that holds the flare into place, because then I'm screwed. I can't put this back on, and it's like literally loose. It's, I could just pull it off up here and it's coming off. So let me try to figure this out. Well, a really long time later, I finally got this off. I think I just probably broke the internal piece though, because there's a big gaping hole there now, but I honestly couldn't take it. Somebody put a metal rivet in there, and I don't know why. It's supposed to be a 10mm bolt, and a nut on the end of it. You're supposed to take it right off. So I'm not sure how the hell that ended up there, but I literally just took a pair of pliers because I loosened it pretty good, and I just yanked it off because I honestly couldn't take it anymore. I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes trying to figure out how to pull it off, but it looks like that's not going on, and the flares are going to stay off for now. Flare is off. I put it on the ground so you guys can kind of see it. Here's the cracking on the flare. It looks like it didn't actually make it all the way to the bottom. Oh wait, it actually did, right there. So yeah, this looks like it's not gonna go back on. I'm glad I kept this intact though. This didn't break. I broke the rivet pretty good. Here, let me show you that. Yeah, so it was riveted in here, and I think Let me make it a little brighter for you guys, sorry. I think I broke whatever bracket was holding it up in place right here, but I don't care, honestly. I'm gonna show you guys. I still have the flare in the door panel. I'm gonna show you guys that in a little bit, but I kind of like the way it looks right now. I really do, because the fender flare on the door is still on. I took it off the actual body and it looks pretty good. I need to clean it up. I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek here once I take that one off the door. We have one 10mm up here, and then there's supposed to be one down here, but that one's broken from off-roading. So we're going to take this one up here and we're going to take it off the door. Well guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. This is just the rear passenger side. It would be driver's side US, of course. I took off the flares. There's some gunk here from the glue on the rubber pieces that kind of tie the fender and the flare together. So let me know what you think. I'm going to continue with the front. I don't think the front should be too hard. Honestly, personally, I'm actually liking the look of it with no flares. So let me know in the comments down below, please. And I'm going to proceed with probably what you guys think. I personally think that it looks awesome without the flares, and that's one less thing to break on the trails. And it's honestly not too bad. So again, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. We're gonna move on to the front now. So from what I'm seeing, you got 1, 2, 3, I think 4 up here, 5, and then of course, apparently there's another rivet here. So it looks like the last hole on every flare is literally being held up by a rivet. So I have to take off the front bumper. I hope it just like kind of hangs low like the rear does, and we'll try to get that off. But I'm honestly liking it just the way it is. Look at that. I went to do the front, and the front's a little harder than I thought, so I'm gonna put this rear side together. You can see the 2 holes here. I'm gonna end up putting probably black duct tape for now, and let them sit like that until I figure out what I'm going to do to fill those holes. But we're going to get to this side, see how easy it is. I think it should be exactly the same as that side. I'm going to put this side together and let's get to it. Well guys, that's going to do it for today's upload. I was going to do the other rear side of the Land Cruiser, but I decided to stop there, do this one side, upload this video, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on what you think about no flare on the passenger side of the vehicle. Obviously I took that one off because it was cracked, so I either plan on fixing it or leaving it off. Again, please comment down below, let me know what you guys think. I personally think it looks good. Obviously I'm going to clean off the gunk. I have touch-up paint, clean that up right there, take off this gunk, and figure out how to take off these brackets. So like I said, I think it looks great. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Please, again, comment down below and let me know what you think. I think it looks aggressive. Even with the flares, it looks good, but I don't know. I just feel like the more I take it off-road, the more I'm gonna mess up these flares. I mean, they're cracked. Yeah, there's a crack right there. You can hear it. I don't know. But again, please leave your comment down below. Let me know what you think. I don't have time to do the other side right now, so I'm not gonna get to that. Again, like, share, subscribe, and hope to hear from you guys. You have a great night.